Hello fellow bookworms, it's Katie. I don't really like the idea of putting TBRs for a season under a theme, so I thought I would do that for winter. And the theme for winter, for me personally, is reaching for the stars. I've collected books that have in some aspect or other something to do with the stars. Maybe they have something to do with the universe, maybe they are sci-fi books, or maybe they have stars on the cover. I will show you those. If you've seen my book haul, you've probably seen a lot of them already, but I've got some others as well that were just chilling in my shelf back there. The thing that I'm going to do with TBRs, because they can be quite stressful, and you know, maybe in February I won't feel like picking up one of the books that I've selected 3 months ago, so I'm going to be more liberal with my TBR and not see it very, as strict. I will try to read most of the books, but if I'm not getting to any of those, it's not a huge deal. I haven't put them in particular order, so I think I will read this one quite soon. When the Moon Was Ours by Anne-Marie McLemore. It sounds very intriguing. It is magical realism about a girl that grows roses from her wrists and a boy who makes paper moons, and then there's things happening. I don't know too much about it because, you know, these are the kind of books that you want to go in a little bit blank so that the story may unfold in all its glory. Next up we have a duology that I've also already showed you. For Darkness Shows the Stars and Across a Star-Swept Sea by Diana Peter Freud. This is a young adult science fiction retelling of Persuasion. I am very intrigued because Persuasion is my favorite Austen, and sometimes you just need, you know, your average YA sci-fi adventure. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. More sci-fi. I would love to read Mindscape by Andrea Huston. Now this is a book in which the Earth has been divided into zones, and these zones have been at war with each other, but there has been a treaty constructed, and the architect of this treaty and her prodigy have to renegotiate the terms of this treaty with the zones. And I believe there's also some extraterrestrial threat. Sometimes I'm really in the mood for sci-fi, and it's, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's usually in winter. Now the next book is a German book, and I've bought it quite a while ago. It is called Omni by Andreas Brandhorst. This is a German author who is also a translator. He translated, for example, the Discourse series by Terry Pratchett from English to German, and he has written, I've read 2 of his sci-fi books already. One of them was a 5-star read for me, one of them was a 3-star read for me, and he has already brought out like 3 other sci-fi novels and I haven't read them, but this sounds very intriguing. It is about a super civilization that spans across the Milky Way, and it is run by this secret organization, and then there's some kind of agent and he has to retrieve an artifact for them, and you know, things go wrong. It sounds very intriguing, very fun, and I do like this author, and I would love to know whether he is more of a 4-star author or more of a 3-star author in general, you know, so there you go. The next one is also a German book. This is a little bit of a different book. I don't think this has too much to do with stars. It is called Alles Außerirdisch by Horst Evers. Translated, that means everything extraterrestrial. This is about the airport in Berlin where a UFO just appears out of nowhere, and I think it's supposed to be like a comedy. I haven't read, you know, too many German books in the past, so I think I need to catch up a little bit. I think this is one of these books that you can't take too seriously and that will make me laugh, so I'm very much looking forward to this. Now, next up we have 2 books that I think are very, very popular, and I'm very behind on them. These are The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet and A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. These concern a spaceship on its journey to another planet and the people on the spaceship, as far as I understand them. And they seem to be very literary. I've heard a lot of good things about these. And the last of my fictional books is also a German book. It is called Die Krone der Sterne by Kai Meier, which translates to The Crown of the Stars. There you have the stars. This is about extraterrestrial intergalactical witches. And you know I love me some witches. The thing about this author, Kamaya, is that he's not a terrible author, you know? He's quite good actually, but his books tend to be a little bit mismarketed. They tell you that they are something different on the blurb than they actually are. So I've generally had the experience with his books that I'm always being a little bit disappointed because I was just expecting something else, and I just didn't feel like the thing that I've got was as good as the thing that I expected. And of course, Nonfiction November has left its mark with me in that I did buy some nonfiction books that concern the stars and the universe. The first of which is called The Accidental Universe by Ellen Lightman. Philosophical essays on the universe and I think about God as well. So yeah. And then I have also bought Neil deGrasse Tyson's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. So I thought maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson can teach me something, and I am interested in reading this, but I think there might be a little bit of a language barrier there for me because, you see, I know the terms for physics in German but not in English, so that will be interesting translating all of that, you know. But at the same time I think that is really cool because it allows me to grow my vocabulary, and you know, these terms are generally not what you learn in school in English, or that you generally are not terms that you would use in your day-to-day life. So it's very interesting to reach this level of language understanding, you know, that you can actually understand a scientific debate about the stars and physics, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I also bought The Glass Universe by Dava Sobel. This is about the women of Harvard University that were employed in the 19th century that started out as mathematicians doing the math kind of like human computers. It reminded me a little bit of, you know, Hidden Figures in that respect, and they contributed to a lot of discoveries that were made about the universe and about the stars. So I'm shoehorning a little bit of history in here. I love the title, The Glass Universe. It's a pretty title. And then I've got 3 books on the constellations, because what would be the theme of Reaching for the Stars without actually reading something about star myths? I think usually we here of the Western civilization typically associate the stars and the pictures in the stars with Greek mythology, but I am also very curious in learning more about what other cultures associate with the stars. Now I was looking for some, you know, Chinese star myths and for some South American star myths. Unfortunately I wasn't able to find those, but I found these 3. One is called Star Tales by Jan Ritpath. Then we have They Dance in the Sky, Native American Star Myths, and The Constellations, Stars and Stories by Chris Sasaki. And I hope I will learn much from them about, you know, the stars and the myths that we associate with them. I do also hope that they mention maybe some other cultures. In total there are 15 books that I plan on reading this season. That's quite a lot. I'm not sure if I'm getting to all of these. Probably not. There you go. This is my TBR. 15 books. All in all. Whew, they are heavy. I have to put them down. As I said, I would love to read more about, you know, other cultures' star myths. So if you have any recommendations on, well, any kinds of books about the stars and the universe, then please let me know in the comments below, because I would love to add even more to my TBR. Also let me know what kinds of books you loved and what I shall start with. That was it for today. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. I hope you have something wonderful that you're reading, something magical, and I will see you soon. Bye!